Welcome back to Pulse Point, where we take a look at the big ideas shaping the future. And today, we're going to tackle something pretty incredible, artificial intelligence, AI. It's not just the stuff of sci-fi movies anymore. It's already changing how we live and work, like right now. But the question is, will AI be like humanity's best friend? Or will it be our biggest challenge yet? That's what we're going to explore today.
It's interesting because so many of us use AI every day and we don't even think about it.
Right. Exactly. I mean, think about it. When Alexa plays that song you love, or Netflix seems to know exactly what you want to watch next, that's AI. Or, those self-driving cars we keep hearing about.
Yep.
AI is at the wheel there too. But those are just like the beginning.
Yeah, those are just a glimpse. The potential of AI is, well, it's huge.
It really is.
One of the areas I think it's really going to change things is healthcare. Imagine AI that can, diagnose diseases before you even know you're sick, or treatments that are like totally personalized just for you based on your genes, and drug discovery that's like super fast, way faster than anything we can do now.
So we're really talking about turning what used to be science fiction into reality, huh?
Exactly. I mean, there are already systems that use AI to look at medical images, X-rays, MRIs, and they can spot things like tiny patterns that even doctors might miss. And that early detection, especially for things like cancer, can be, well, life-saving. And then there's drug discovery. AI can sift through tons of data about molecules and find potential new drugs much faster than traditional methods.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about the potential there to actually improve, people's health and even save lives. But AI isn't just limited to healthcare, right?
Oh, definitely not. Think about education, for instance. What if AI could tailor learning to each person, no matter where they are, what their background is? Like, no more barriers to a good education. AI tutors that adapt to each student, available all the time.
Yeah, that's a pretty incredible idea. Democratizing education with AI. So exciting to think about. What about some of the big global challenges we're facing, like climate change? Could AI help us there too?
Absolutely. AI could be a total game changer in how we tackle climate change. It can help us understand complex climate patterns, make our energy use more efficient, and even come up with new sustainable materials. We're already seeing AI being used to, track deforestation, predict extreme weather, and even make the power grid work better.
It's amazing how AI can be applied to so many different things. But, with all this amazing potential, we have to talk about the possible downsides too, right? It's not all, perfect.
You're right. AI is powerful, and like any powerful tool, it can be, well, misused. One of the biggest concerns is bias. AI systems learn from data, and if that data has biases built in, reflecting existing prejudices in society, the AI will pick up those biases. And that could lead to unfair outcomes, like some facial recognition systems have trouble accurately identifying people of color, which could have serious consequences, especially in law enforcement.
That's a really important point. It shows us that we can't just assume AI will be fair or neutral. We need to be actively involved in shaping how it develops, making sure it reflects our values.
Exactly. We have to be really thoughtful about it. And then there's the concern about jobs. As AI automates more tasks, it's likely that some jobs will be lost. It's a real concern, and we need to be prepared for the changes that will come, economically and socially.
It's definitely something people are worried about. But I've also heard that AI will create new jobs we can't even imagine yet.
Is there any truth to that?
Yeah.
Oh, there definitely is. While AI might displace some jobs, it will also create new opportunities. We're already seeing new jobs emerging, like in data science, AI ethics, and human-centered AI design. These are fields that require, well, a new set of skills, focusing on creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration.
So it sounds like the key takeaway here is adaptability and lifelong learning. We need to be ready to evolve and learn as technology changes.
Absolutely. Lifelong learning is more important than ever. It's not just about learning new technical skills, those are important too, but it's also about developing those uniquely human skills that will be even more valuable in a world where AI is everywhere, like adaptability, creativity, critical thinking, and the ability to work well with both people and machines.
It sounds like the future belongs to those who are willing to learn and change and adapt.
I think so. The future of AI, it's not set in stone. It's something we're shaping right now with every decision we make, every innovation we pursue, and every conversation we have about the role we want AI to play in our lives.
This has been such a fascinating conversation, and we've only just scratched the surface, really. There's so much more to explore. We're going to dig deeper into some of these topics in our next segment.
We were talking about how important adaptability and lifelong learning are in this world that's, so driven by AI. It's really becoming essential, not just a good idea.
I think that's right. We can't just sort of sit back and expect things to stay the same.
Yeah.
This tech wave is coming, and we need to be ready to ride it, not get swept away.
And the exciting part is that it's not only about learning technical skills. Those are important, sure, but it's more than that. It's about those really human skills that will become, I think, even more valuable as AI becomes more a part of everything.
You're talking about creativity and empathy and critical thinking, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
The things that are hard to program into a machine.
Exactly. The future, I don't think it's not about humans versus AI. It's about humans and AI working together,
Yeah.
Imagine what we could do if we combine the power of AI to analyze huge amounts of data and see patterns with human ingenuity and intuition and our ability to make ethical judgments.
Kind of like a superhero team up. Humanity and AI taking on the world's biggest challenges together.
Yeah, I like that. It really emphasizes, I think, how important collaboration is, and also understanding, what each team member is good at and where they might fall short.
Speaking of falling short, we were talking before about bias and AI. Can you talk a bit more about that? That seems like a really crucial issue to get right.
Yeah, it is. The thing is, AI systems, they learn from data. But if that data already has bias in it reflecting like, gender or racial stereotypes that are out there in society, well, the AI will learn those biases too. And that could make those biases even worse, spread them on a bigger scale.
So we can't just create AI that's technically amazing. It has to be ethically sound too, right? Aligned with our values. How do we even start to do that?
One really important step is just, raising awareness, making sure people understand how AI can perpetuate these biases. The more people understand that, the more we can demand better, more ethical practices from the people developing AI.
Transparency seems really important too. We need to be able to see how these AI systems are working, what data they're using to make decisions. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Transparency is key. And we also need to push for more diversity in the field of AI development itself. We need people from all kinds of backgrounds and with different perspectives involved in designing and leading these systems. If we want AI that's fair and works for everyone, not just a few.
That makes a lot of sense. If the people building AI are from diverse backgrounds, they're more likely to catch those biases and make sure the AI is fair for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And that brings us back to education, right? How we prepare future generations to live in a world where AI is, everywhere. We need to give young people the technical skills to understand AI and work with it, but also the critical thinking skills to question it, to spot potential biases, and to speak up for ethical development.
It sounds like a big task, but incredibly important. If we want to get this tech revolution right, we have to be ready on all fronts, technically and ethically.
I completely agree. And it's not just about the next generation either. It's about, all of us. We all have a role to play in shaping how AI develops, whether we're, tech experts or policymakers or teachers or just concerned citizens.
It's a collective responsibility then. We can't just leave it to the experts and hope for the best.
Exactly. We need to be having these conversations, asking the tough questions, demanding transparency and accountability, and really pushing for AI that reflects, our shared values, our hopes for a better future.
It's a lot to think about, for sure. But it's also really exciting, I think, to realize that we have a chance to shape how this powerful technology unfolds.
It is exciting. And like they say, with great power comes great responsibility. So let's talk about what that responsibility actually looks like. What can we do, as individuals and as a society to make sure that AI is used for good, to make sure it benefits everyone?
That's a great question. And I think it's the perfect way to lead into our next segment, where we'll explore some practical steps we can take to move into this AI-driven future with both optimism and wisdom.
Welcome back to Pulse Point. We've really been on a journey today exploring this incredible world of artificial intelligence. It's a big topic.
It is, and it seems like it's changing almost daily. Makes it fascinating, but yeah, a bit overwhelming to keep up with too, definitely. We've talked about how AI could revolutionize things like everything from healthcare to education to, even fighting climate change. But we also have to remember the potential problems, right? Like bias, jobs disappearing, privacy issues, even that question of, who's really in control?
It's a lot. And that's why, I think it's so important to have these conversations. The more we all understand about AI, the good and the bad, the better we'll be able to navigate it all, right?
I totally agree. We have to approach AI with a sense of, wonder, but also with our eyes wide open. It's about using this power for good, but also being smart about the risks.
Right. And one thing that's been clear throughout this conversation is that the future of AI, it's not like already written. It's a future that we're creating with every choice we make.
It really makes you think, we're not just watching this happen. We're part of making it happen.
Exactly. We're active participants. And that brings us back to, I think, the human factor. AI has all this potential, but it's at its core a tool. It can help us do things better, solve tough problems, even be more creative, I think.
But ultimately, it's up to us, right? To make sure it's used ethically in a way that's aligned with our values, to make sure it helps everyone, not just a few.
That's the real heart of it. We have to think about the ethics, make sure it's developed fairly and transparently. And always remember that, people should come first.
That sounds like a big responsibility. Where do we even begin?
I think it starts with awareness, like we've been talking about. The more people know about AI, how it works, what it can and can't do, the better we can steer it in the right direction. We also need to be encouraging, critical thinking, ask those tough questions, and demand that AI is developed and used in a way that really serves humanity.
So it's about realizing that we all have a role here, whether we're, tech wizards or writing laws or teaching kids or just everyday people trying to figure this out. We all have a part.
Exactly. The future of AI, it's not just about data and algorithms. It's about, what we value, our ethics, what kind of world we want to build.
It's about making sure that AI is a tool that empowers us.
Yeah.
Not something that controls us or makes existing problems worse.
Well said. And as we kind of wrap up this look at AI, I just want to emphasize that, this conversation, it doesn't end here. It needs to keep going everywhere, in schools, in businesses, in labs, even, at our dinner tables.
It's an invitation to, I think, stay curious.
Yeah.
Keep asking questions. Keep learning about this powerful tech that's, it's changing the world.
Yeah, because in the end, the future of AI, it's in our hands. It's up to us to decide how we want to use it, what kind of world we build with it, and what we leave behind for the next generation.
That's a powerful thought, and a hopeful one, I think.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot today, the amazing potential of AI, and also the real challenges we need to face. It's been a fascinating conversation.
It has, and I hope that it's made our listeners think, keep exploring this incredible field that just keeps evolving.
Me too, because the future of AI, it's a story that's, still being written. And we all have a chance to be part of what happens next.
So thanks for joining us on Pulse Point. Until next time, stay curious, everyone.
And keep your minds open to all the possibilities. This is Pulse Point, signing off.